Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you haven't seen the video on how to build the dry stacked outdoor fireplace, go check that out. Let's get started on this one. First thing you want to do is wash your fireplace down real good. You need these bricks good and wet for the cement to adhere to it. Our mix is very simple. This is 3 parts sand to 1 part Portland cement. The Portland cement is type 1, type 2. The sand is just regular play sand that you would get at Lowe's. It doesn't hurt to have you a 5-gallon bucket. Go ahead and get your second mix dry mixed up. That way when we put the first batch on, this one's ready to go back in the wheel bar and get mixed up. Make sure you mix your dry ingredients real well before we add the water. Now that we're ready to add the water, this is very important. Don't put too much water in it because you don't want this to be a soupy mix. We want this more on the dry side that we can work. So it's always better to just add a little at a time until you get the consistency that you want. This is about the texture and thickness that you want. If your bricks start to dry, I've got a squirt bottle that I think should make them keep your bricks wet, because that will make the cement want to draw up to the bricks. Your first coat, all you want to do is just take you a glove. This is called your scratch coat. So all we're going to do, you just want to rub this into the blocks. We're now ready to start adding our cement. Just sling it up there. Since we're going for a rock look on this, we don't want a nice smooth finish. Rocks are uneven, so you can put this on anywhere from 1 inch to 4 inches thick, because we're going to carve this. Alright, so on this side I've got about 1.5 inches. I kind of let the thickness vary on it. You can see the finish that I put on it. I just lightly smoothed it out. I'm going to let this set up just a little bit before we start carving on it. While this sets up, I'll start on the other side. Now as this starts to dry, come in here with the pointed tip of your trowel, and you just lightly draw your stone outline. Let this set up a little bit more before we dig a little deeper and start adding texture. Now to do the texture, we're going to use one of these rock texture mats. You can get these on Amazon. Release agent. Don't buy this stuff. All it is rubbing alcohol and castor oil. So get you a squirt bottle filled about 80% full of rubbing alcohol and the rest with castor oil, and that will keep your mats from sticking to your cement as we get ready to texture it. Now you want to spray your mat down real good. Spray your mat real good. Spray over your cement. You're just going to lay it up there and stomp it. And do this all over. Don't worry about your lines. We're going to come back and dig into that. Now that we're ready to paint, these are the colors we're going to use. We got some black, brown, some cream, and some rusty red. You need a sponge, brush, your trowel, and a paintbrush. I'll show you how we're going to paint it and how we're going to add the highlights and everything to it. one is coming back with a darker brown now. The good thing about painting is you can't mess it up. If you don't like it, you can always go back over it until you get the consistency that you want. It'll start highlighting some of the edges. Now with your sponge kind of a medium wet, we're going to start blending a lot of the colors. Of course, as you clean up your joints, it makes it really start to stand out. And scratching your high points really makes the rock start to really look good. And that's what we end up with. I'll conclude this video with a walk around. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a blessed day.